Hi everybody, this is Steve. I totally felt like starting that one this way, though I don't plan on doing that from this on point. Still no webcam, I'm still using an old setup. I only have like one video in my new location, though I've been here a year, and I haven't made any other videos. But I am, well, as a lot of you might suspect, quarantined, sort of. We have an area quarantine for where I am at due to COVID-19, the coronavirus. And I was going a little stir crazy, had some extra time on my hands, and I'm like, I haven't made a YouTube video in forever. Let's get into some madness, and the Stanley Parable was the first thing I thought of. Now, I've only made 2 videos on this in the past, and I haven't played it much myself outside of that, though I've forever ago watched a bunch of playthrough of it on YouTube. But we're going to descend back into this and just have some good time, and I'll talk to you about a little bit how my life has been going this last year. I had a couple of saves. I don't remember which one I was doing before. So I just was like, whatever, let's get into this. And we'll just start a new one, and if I accidentally repeat something, because I went and looked, and it has been 4 years since I last recorded those 2 videos.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
That's rough.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, so I went back and quickly sped through the couple of videos I did before. Alright, now that whole cutscene that he just, you know, soul rendering monotonous work. I spent about 1.5 years in an office cubicle job. So I totally get that. I've been there, man. It sucks. Let's see. See if I can remember how to do this one. I don't think I did this end in oh yeah, I can crouch. Yep, I'm fairly certain I haven't done this end in my other runs I recorded. This is one I saw someone else do. Whoop. There it is. I fell down and I couldn't find myself. Just gonna walk away. Surprised he hasn't said anything yet. I can't move. Can't walk very far. I'm having to play this by the audio of, because there's no jump. I'm like stuck on something. on, trigger this end. Did I, like, completely break it? I'm spamming keys on the keyboard here. I thought you just, like, walk off into the distance from what I remember. I just remember you can jump out the window and it causes something to happen. But I'm, like, confined to this little space right here underneath the window and I can't move. And again, there's no jump. Come on. Did I think I broke it? Button. Well, we're just gonna stand here and see if anything happens, and I'm gonna look at the window here so it's not just the white background. Alright, I'm annoyed. That was making me mad. I feel like something was supposed to happen there, but I don't remember what. Alright, we're gonna actually get...
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Yeah, you get the weird start if you've, if you just pick back up like that. If you, like, interrupt the adventure. Let me see. Ooh, that was a bit of a lag spike. I haven't seen updates for this game in a long time. I'm working these days for a resort, though, not an office job, so my work was heavily affected by what's going on right now. Hello? Hello? Anybody over there? Let me in! So as I was mentioning at the start of this, I have a lot of downtime right now. I'm very rusty at all this, so I'm figuring out how to make videos again, and I don't even have half my equipment that I used to have set up or easy to get to. So I'm just making do with what basic stuff I could for now. Here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's, for now, kind of listen. I know I've done the full listen. I went back and checked the 2 I'd uploaded, and the first one was a full listen, and the second one I goofed off a bit. I don't remember how I goofed off, but... so I may repeat some choices on accident.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers, something like that. Man, I feel like this game could use an update. I mean, it's still awesome, but I'm just thinking of everything that's like going on these days.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, we're gonna hang out in the broom closet for a little bit. See, can I mess with anything? But I mean, if they could make like the world more interactable.
Here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Oh, there's tons of reasons to still be here, my man. Look at all that duct tape.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
With all that
At
duct
least
tape?
If there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yep. Ooh, look at the lights.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
A lot more of the choices I have seen is coming back to me as I'm actually playing this now, but I still don't remember.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Yeah.
But it didn't even occur to me because
this is my safe space.
This closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I used to have to push one of those around
Maybe
when I worked for
to
McDonald's.
You, this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
They will. That wrench makes me think of 7 Days to Die, something I've been playing a lot too. The one down there.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Ouch.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Nobody coming to help.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right.
My wife would enjoy this game
just
very
step
much.
out into the hallway.
Nope. Nope, not stepping out. Because I didn't die, and nobody else has taken over. Fairly certain there's more to it. I think this is an actual ending. I don't remember. Let me give it just a little bit longer. I want that broom. I want it. Give it to me. Give it. Give it. Give me. Spamming. Lots of buttons. Want all the duct tape. Alright, I don't think there's anything else. I thought
second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Well, I guess if it's second player, it's a split personality syndrome.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, let's actually come up here. Executive bathroom. It's probably got, like, you know, gold toilet seats or something. Nothing, nothing. Alright, yeah, now it's possible for this part to get through the doors and bolt back through before they close. I think I'm not going to do that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I think if you hang out here, something happens. I think. I can't remember. It's just fun to explore around. Nothing else can be interacted with. I want all
Stanley
these books.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Alright, calm down. We'll do the 2845.
2845.
He's getting angry.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Huh. What's going on down over here? It goes down this... Dead end? Dead end? Nope. Not dead end. I found something, I think. Nope. Wish I had a flashlight. Never mind. Just a dead end. Insulation falling out. That's not good. You don't want to handle insulation with your bare hands. Go down. Now this, I think I've, yeah. If you go back and watch my very first video, you've seen all this before. But we're going to make, I mean, other than a little bit of the goofing off I did leading to this point. But we're going to diverge coming up here.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Because your life is a lie, Stanley. It's all just a
Stanley
lie.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep. I ain't listening anymore.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
That is rather unfortunate. But I'm free to do what I want.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes, indeed. I mean, isn't that what all young people are doing this day in, you know, coronavirus? They're just going out and doing whatever the heck they want, confronting death. Well, what happened? Did I die? I'm alive.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Yep, not
Stanley
alive.
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
That still sounds painful.
And willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. No.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ma'am, I'm not dead yet. Ooh, what's down here? Boxes! I like boxes. Huh. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, I can't go left or right. What do we have back here?
When
I don't
every
remember
path
this
you
one
can
very
walk
well.
has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Let's see. Nature paintings. Those are all nice, pretty. Ooh, I like the mountains. I studied geology in college, so, you know, I'm all about those mountains. Stanley's computer. That represents more of my computer. Well, my very first computer was kinda similar. Here's the whole office space layout. Nice. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. So that's where you start. There's the office space window you can jump out of. That I did earlier and broke everything. Second kind of grouping of desks, and then you come around here, come to the door choice, and then boom. Oh, yeah, I passed these other signs, but I didn't even read them. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Then we have the 2 doors. The set of 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. That's pretty cool. Is that supposed to be... No, that's not Stanley's desk. But it's how some of the desks look in the office space. The office. Can I open any of these doors? Hello? Anyone there? Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Cool. That was fun. What do we got over here? Filing cabinets. Those are indeed filing cabinets. We have office computers. Ooh, hey, solitaire. Oh, cool. Can I turn this back on? I wanted to finish that game. There we go. Employee database. Man, that's cool how you can turn these off. You can't turn them on. They just seem to turn themselves back on after a while. Alright, credits. Okay, so this is kind of like the real ending, I guess. And the impeccable Kevin Brighting as the narrator. I do thank all these people for making such an awesome, fun game. You can pause right there if you want to look further over who else yeah, had a hand in this. I'm going to go this way first. No. Maybe I made the wrong choice. Boss's office, yes. Yeah, depending on some of your choices, it might look like that once you finally get to it. I think. Or maybe like that? Well, let's see. Screens from the development of the... Oh, no, okay. So, kind of how it progressed. I gotcha. Office clock. It's not almost 11:30. It's actually almost 6:30 my time. Okay. Alright. Underground. Yep. Whoa, hey, the escape part looks different. An early version of the underground portion of the game. That's cool. What do we got over here? Narration outtakes. Okay. That were not used in the final game. Well, we're not gonna sit here and listen to that, but that's really cool. Give me a flashlight. Flashlight would be helpful at times. Employee lounge. This one, the decisions are leading up to a much longer outtake than I expected. Freedom ending. So that's the ending of my very first video I did of this. Actually, you do get to see that. So, and we got close to going that route. Just ended up not taking it. Countdown desk. Well, that's cool. One of the desks from early version of the countdown ending. Yep, it looks a little different from there. Freedom ending. Huh? This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Oh, that's cool. Monitor room elevator. Yep. So we'll get to see, I think that takes you to the actual end of this ending, but we're not going to go that way quite yet. Okay. Game design mock-up. This is level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in-game. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright, big windows. I think that takes us back down. So much here. And I'm probably the office. Not to be confused with the office. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. Nice. Haven't come in here yet. The apartment timer. Oh yeah. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Yes, we'll hopefully discover that one. I'm kind of giving spoilers. Cargo lift. So much to see here. I'm probably going to end up missing something. Meeting room, maintenance layout. As I said before, kind of commented before, this is going to give some spoilers here. What's this supposed to be? Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending. I thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. I don't remember which one that is. Zending levers. Zending. See, I'm not even certain about that end. Alright. I feel like I'm giving too many spoilers, and I've spent a lot of time on this one video, so I'm gonna come down this way to the exit, and we'll...
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Yes, yes indeed. So we're gonna turn off the game, apparently. Alright, let's see what happens.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
And am I going to be back in the office? Do I literally just have to quit? I'm gonna give it a second. Well, a couple seconds, I guess, to see what else happens. Make sure I don't miss nothing for you guys. But we just done did get crushed. That did not feel good. No, we did not. Well, I'm going to actually start wrapping up to see if anything happens here. Hey, buddy. One of my cats just came up to me. I might get my webcam going again. I kind of wasn't feeling it before, mostly because my apartment's a mess. But that's besides the point. But I kind of want to show off my cats. And I know I look way different than the images I use for my thumbnails and everything, too. But, so this is me attempting to get back into all of this. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. You know, usual feedback, comments, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. It all helps me out. Lets me know if I should keep doing this or if it's just, well, I'm stuck at home, something I might do for fun. But I will be releasing more, not just Stanley Parable, but we're going to get into some other quarantine-themed kind of games. Some I have previous playthroughs like this one, or new games entirely. Haven't quite made up my mind. But we're going to have some fun with all of this. But in the meantime, I will see you guys later.